Good evening and welcome to a program devoted entirely to Lefties Losing It. Let's start, Lefties, with this dose of insanity. I will give this woman credit because she starts off with some honesty. She calls herself unhinged and then proceeds to act like she is unhinged.
Completely unhinged. I went to the grocery store, and while standing in line, I was trying to guess who voted against my rights. And I couldn't guess anymore. I was out of guesses. Because you're like sheep in wolf's clothing. And I just wanted to scream.
These people are insufferable, and it's wolf in sheep's clothing, not sheep in wolf's clothing. If nursery rhyme themes confuse you, it might explain why you're a lefty. And this next lass thinks she's brave and profound, but personally I find her a little sad and scary.
How's this for a motivational phrase? Our resistance will be talked about for generations.
Yeah. Terrifying. Now, continuing the Trump derangement syndrome theme, let's check in on this young lass who identifies as a lad and decided to get the testosterone molecule tattooed on her neck to resist Donald Trump. I do that. I mean, do you want to be unemployable? I'm stating the obvious here, but real men don't need to get testosterone molecules tattooed prominently on their bodies because, you know why? They've got that XY chromosome. We all have testosterone, but us ladies are lacking the Y, and no amount of ink is going to change that. Now to a young lady who thought she was going to be a fixture in the White House. This is the 23-year-old daughter of Tim and Gwen Walz, Hope Walz.
This country does not deserve Kamala Harris. That woman should go live her best life wherever she wants, doing whatever she wants, because we don't deserve her at this point.
I agree with that. America doesn't deserve Kamala. It deserves a lot better, and that's why they voted for Donald Trump, and they're getting better with Trump and Vance. It's good when we can all agree, isn't it? Now, listen as Hope Walz, like all lefties losing it, shows she's full of hate and loathing while claiming to be all about love and tolerance.
These people have to live in their own skin, as in J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have to be J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. And that is not a punishment I would wish upon anybody except those two individuals. Yeah, so I'm just really grateful that I am who I am and that I'm on the side of love and hope and joy and progress.
Oh, gosh. She's not new to activism. Journalist Andy No reports that during the deadly BLM Antifa riots in her state in 2020, Hope leaked information about the National Guard to inform rioters when to disperse. But I have some good news here. Hope Walz has finally taken care of her personal hygiene and had a shower and brushed her teeth. How do I know this? Because she posted about it. Really?
This morning I woke up and decided I needed to take a shower, and so I finally did that, and I did my skincare for the first time in a couple days, and this is very embarrassing, but I brushed my teeth for the first time since Tuesday night.
Now to the lunatic race-baiting network of MSNBC, which has seen its primetime audience plummet by around 50%. They've gone from airing diabolical lies to the sort of slander that could and should get them sued. And I really do hope Pete Hegseth calls his lawyers after seeing this.
Add the Secretary of Defense nominee, Peter Hegseth, the Fox News commentator as well, because this is someone who, weekend host, important distinction. This is someone who, is known to be a white supremacist, known to be an extremist, whose platform, whose book is basically about his opposition to the advancement of black officers to the top brass.
Absolute lies, the ugliest of lies. I really do hope he sues. And over at CNN, they're trying to scare the American people about Trump, but they just end up making him look even cooler.
And it really looks like ancient Rome here. This is sort of the conquering Republican Caesar who's going into the Colosseum and everyone's cheering, and he's got his political gladiators with him. That appearance isn't just about him enjoying the applause. He's sending a message to the Senate.
For sure.
Like, not only are you entertained, but these are my people, and are you willing to fight? Because here's who I have.
And are any of us surprised by this? I feel like for anybody who has been covering Trump's campaign or his movement the past few years, these picks, sure, they're raising eyebrows, to say the least, but
a familiar character.
Yes, exactly. They've been with him at all these rallies. They've played a key role in where he's at now.
She's 100% right. You know, these picks may have surprised a few people, but they're backed 100% by just about every Trump voter because they knew this was coming. These are the people he's had around him. Let's hear from a Lefty Losing It election oracle, presidential predictor Alan Lichtman. Got it very wrong when he said Kamala would win the election. And like Lefties Losing It everywhere, he prefers to blame misinformation, also known as facts he doesn't like. Watch this meltdown. It is delicious.
And that's directly tied to misinformation. You know, they don't like Trump, but, you know, they're thinking, well, do we really
pick up more votes this time than he did in 2016?
So, pardon me?
Did Donald Trump pick up more votes this time than he did in 2016?
Yeah,
or
but
in
not
2020?
than he picked up in 2020, the most relevant last election. He picked up about the same.
I think what I'm saying is that both sides can say things like this, like misinformation. It's hard to quantify that.
If you don't let me make my points, why do you have me on?
No, we love it. It's a conversation. It's spirited. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
We're done.
I think we'd
won't let me talk. What's the point? Are you the expert or am I the expert?
He's the expert. Did you hear him? Imagine saying that during an interview while you discuss why you got it so wrong. We've heard the lefty meltdowns from the usual suspects on MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, all of them. They're blaming sexism and racism. They should all take some sage words of advice from a fellow lefty, Charles Barkley, the former NBA star, gives Democrats some sensible guidance, which they'll no doubt ignore.
He's the president of the United States, and I wish him nothing but the best. But we lost. And I just want to say this to the Democrats, which I'm an independent who voted Democratic. Do me this favor. Shut the up. When you win, you get to say what you want to. When you lose, you need to shut the up. We still haven't solved the immigration problem, have no viable answers, never addressed inflation, bringing all these stupid stars out to rally the vote. What was that? You guys lost because y'all stupid.
Yes, you guys lost because you're stupid, and so your policy is like supporting confused kids having puberty blockers and irreversible surgeries. Here is comic Rob Schneider schooling a young lefty who is losing it about the absurdity of so-called gender-affirming care.
I want to bring up the issue with trans in schools. I do think children should be allowed to have that knowledge on if they want to transition on what they want to do.
If I have a boy and he thinks he's a pirate, do I have the right to cut off his knee and take an eye out and give him an eye patch?
I think once it gets to that certain point.
A certain point? Like, what's the point where I can cut off my son's knee and say, because he thinks he's a pirate?
I think that's purely between the parent and the child.
Well, I don't think a parent should be allowed to do that.
You should have the option to go be educated and then still go and make the choice that you want to make.
Okay, not at 14. If you are under 25 years old, they don't even let you rent a car in this state. What does Avis, Enterprise, and Hertz know that the medical establishment seems so blissfully ignorant about? You are not a good decision maker at 14. You turn 18, you cut off any part you want, and I hope that you don't.
You know, this segment proves the left are ripe for mocking. Comedians should have no shortage of material, but the overwhelming majority are too gutless or just too ideological to tackle the many issues the left present them, but not this next group.
Happy Pride! Oh. Mom, Dad, I told you, I have a girlfriend. I'm straight.
Sweetheart.
Carol! No son of mine
will be straight.
Sweetheart, I know that you are young and you are confused and all your little perverted friends on the internet have told you that being straight is cool. But the first day of Pride is not the time.
You are not my son. All my life I've pictured myself sitting on the couch with my son watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you've taken that from me!
No, you know what? No one can take that from you. He is in there somewhere. Our son is somewhere inside of that golf-playing, beer-drinking demon. Look at her in the eyes. She does not deserve you.
Look at Lady Gaga.
Today is the first day of Pride. I have made you this cake. Your grandmother is downstairs, and she has bought you a new mesh crop top. You will wear it today with a smile on your face.
Great skit and much funnier than what Saturday Night Live comes up with nowadays. And let's check in now with the ladies who watch The View. They are upset again and they have a warning. They're unleashing Woke 2.0.
If you thought we were woke before, you done went and woke the beast. Welcome to Woke 2.0.
Now, we've seen the meltdown from the MSNBC Morning Joe team, Joe and Mika. They have embarrassed themselves over and over again. Here is Joe Scarborough on Election Day.
We still have an electorate, 70 million plus, that will be voting for a man who said he was going to assassinate for treason the chairman of the Joint Chiefs because he didn't support him on January the 6th, who has said just in recent days he was going to execute Liz Cheney with a firing squad, 9 guns pointed and shooting at her face. A man who has said that he was going to shut down CBS because he didn't like how they edited an interview. A man who said he was going to be a dictator from day one. A man who said he was going to terminate the Constitution. A man who said he was going to use the army and he was going to use the National Guard on his political opponents.
Just absolutely hysterical, demented. And it's not just him. The rest of the MSNBC crew have practically declared a fatwa on Trump. They have since 2016. I could literally play you hours of tapes of just Joe. But here's just a teeny tiny taste of the craziness from Scarborough. And of course, it includes Hitler talk. Have a look at what he says before the election and then see if you can detect the change of tone after the election. And funnily, he's wearing the same outfit in both clips.
An autocrat who decides to be a dictator on day one, who decides to arrest all those who he doesn't like, who's talked about assassinating generals that aren't sufficiently loyal to him, has complained to his chief of staff that his generals should be more like Hitler's generals. Seems to make sense for leaders of both parties to seek common ground, if it's possible at all. And I will tell you, a lot of Democratic leaders we've talked to this past week, since the election, have told Mika and me it's time for a new approach.
I can't get enough of the humiliation ritual MSNBC host Joe and Mika are subjecting themselves to, proving to their dim-witted audience that they are utterly unprincipled, unscrupulous. Let's have another look at the sort of things they were saying before the election and what they're saying now.
And then he says that the news network that is most critical of him should be taken off the air. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them.
You're one of them, yes. That was before the election, but now they've met with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, a meeting they begged for. Yes, they begged to meet the man that they liken to Hitler.
We would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump.
Get woke, go broke. Ain't no joke. Get woke, go broke. You're so damn woke.
Toxic, terrible man. Hey!
Go away now. The Oscars think they can go woke, but Hollywood will now go broke. YouTube give itself an award Ain't no joke. Get woke, go broke. You're so damn woke. Get woke, go broke. Ain't no joke. Get woke, go broke. You're so damn woke.
The bestest ever in every way.
Toxic, terrible man.
Anyway, let's solve